In this video, I'm going to be turning an athlete into a movie poster. This is going to be the second episode of this series, and in the first one, we did Donovan Mitchell as Spider-Man. You guys love the first video as it is my most viewed video on YouTube so far. I've been racking my brain about what idea we could do next. I was scrolling Pinterest and I found a poster that I think would work perfect, a Jurassic Park poster. And as you guys know, the Toronto Raptors are obviously based off the Raptor, and the Jurassic Park movie posters look super sick. Here's a few examples. You can see they either go with this light, dreamy feel, or they go with like a dark, terrific, like horrific feel. So we're going to be picking one or the other, and you guys will see I actually had some technical difficulties, so I made one light daytime picture and one dark, scary nighttime picture. So I made both of those, and you guys will see both of those at the end of this video. Without further ado, let's get into the edit. Starting off with our background, we found this nice picture of this mud trail, and we could add this scary T-Rex in the back here. Now I found this nice mountain that I think will add some depth, and we can make it very hazy to put it deep in the background. It took me a little bit, but I found this nice picture of a Jeep that the perspective works with the road very well. Adding in this nice cloudy sky we found, we're going to be able to contrast it and give it some color balance to really make it pop. Now just using a solid color to add highlights and make it more hazy. Desaturating everything and giving it this blue tone will really give it a nighttime feel as well. Then just using a blend diff and brightness and contrast, we can paint on these highlights. Now we're going to be repeating this process with our second level of trees. And then lastly, the same process with our frontmost layer. We're going to make this one a little bit darker because we kind of want it to be more of a silhouette. Now we're adjusting the hues of this dirt. It was very red, so we wanted to make it more brown and desaturate it. Also blending in this car to this puddle here. We're going to add some splashes later on. Now for the highlights onto our dinosaur. This is a very important step because we want it to really be the focus of the graphic. Now we got a grass brush, and we can easily blend them into the ground using that brush. This mud overlay, we're going to be able to warp into position and paint onto our car to make it dirty. Now for another light source to make our scene even more bright, we're going to add highlights onto all of the lights of the car. Now we're just adding highlights to the car around where the lights would be hitting. Now we're looking for a few good cutouts of water so we can add it around like this car is really driving through this trail. Getting this clean blue water match this muddy water was definitely the hardest part. We used gradient maps and levels, eventually got it down. Now I'm going to add some rain later on, so we're going to add some water droplets onto this windowsill. Now we're going to be adding our Raptors, a nice little touch in here to show that we're making this for the Toronto Raptors. We're also going to add in our players into the driver's seat here in just a second. This graphic's a bit different from the Donovan Mitchell one, as the players aren't really the focus of the graphic, but more like an Easter egg. Here you can see we found a picture of RJ so it can look like he's sitting in our driver's seat. We're also going to put Scotty Barnes in the passenger. Now some foliage here in the foreground I feel like could really give it some depth. We can add some blur to them and it will really make it look like it's close to the foreground. Now we're adding in this rain. We're going to make it have more volume as it goes farther back. We also found this PNG of these droplets and we're going to drop these all in the water here so the rain looks like it's really hitting it. And now we found this PNG of water and we're going to put it on here. It's going to make the rain look like it's really splashing off of this car. Now we're doing the same with the dinosaur. We're just going to paint it very thin on top. Now we're doing a little bit of color grading, so we're going to make the top have more of a blue tint and the bottom have a little bit of an orange tint. Adding a little bit of blur onto this car like it's really driving away. And that is our final product, guys. As I said, I will show you guys what I actually made before, and this is the one from before. I still had a lot to add, but you can see it's a totally different vibe. In this one, the title was actually going to be A Raptor's Paradise, and in the one I just did, it was A Raptor's Nightmare. So it was totally opposite, and I'm super glad I actually decided to redo it because this one was not looking too great. I still had a lot to add and change, but I'm very happy with the outcome of this piece. And if you guys have any ideas for this series, athletes I should turn into posters, let me know. I have a few other ideas, but I wonder if you guys have some good ones as well. And a real quick anecdote before we end this video, I want to tell you guys about my Patreon. I have my favorite files, brushes, assets, overlays, textures, anything you guys might need. I have it on there. I give advice on, how to get clients, how you can improve your work, in-depth tutorials, all that stuff. It's just $5. It'll be found in the description. And I appreciate you guys for watching this video, man. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.